So how's life, Bibi?
Life continues. No complaint. I know there are so many people going very bad,
Yeah,
situations. So I have no complaint.
true. And how is Corona in Bangladesh?
Mm, you see that it's now uh, more people getting infected and thing. But
Hmm.
population wise, we are 170 million, but the
Oh,
country wise, we are much smaller than India or many
correct.
countries.
Hmm.
But if everyone wear mask and go through all these rules and regulation, I think will be better.
True.
I'm working, my office is open, we are working non-stop, but we don't let everyone in.
Okay.
Mm.
So so there are also talks about getting the vaccine soon and all in Bangladesh.
Yes, but vaccine is coming, I think, next month, early next year, but it will be distributed first to the other countries, then come to our part. I
True.
know that, I know, because
Right.
half of my family is in London. They are
Uh-huh.
front, they are doctors, they are working in the front. So
Okay.
we
Okay.
know. Everywhere situation is, I think, difficult, but we have to be
Absolutely.
careful what to do.
True. Absolutely. Hmm.
And you, how is the situation in Bangalore?
So Bangalore, pretty much open. Everything is open. There are two aspects to it. Some people are still very careful. They're still
Mhm.
maintaining, not going out, not venturing out. But there's another set of people who has just given up, saying that whatever it is, I want to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
So pubbing, going out, hotels, restaurant, everything is full. Whatever is open is full. So it's like, we are, yeah, but the curve is flattening, is what they say. But recently, I spoke to one of my friend who's a doctor in a very reputed hospital. She said that, second wave is around the corner in Bangalore. So on
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time, we are, expecting the second wave. So just need to be careful, take your own precautions. That. So that's
It's
the.
not that, of course, I work with 50% of the nation who are poor,
Hmm.
but it's not that, of course, I care about them. I've been working day and night to make sure they get
Hmm.
they bless you, they
Thank
get sustainable, at least to eat enough money. But you also have to give them awareness, because it's not you that you go around, you are bringing that, giving to your family and children,
Correct.
which is very,
Absolutely.
that's why you have to be careful.
True. I agree. Absolutely.
I
So,
know recently a lot of friends of mine passed away because
oh,
of corona.
oh my God. Okay.
They
Really
didn't
sad.
care. Mm.
So it's like, it's one thing that we are not aware, who can get it. So we just need to be
Absolutely.
careful and just live the life. The thing
Yes, you have to continue,
you have to
but
continue.
then you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Make
True.
sure you don't make pollution, make sure you don't use those chemicals, plastic, make sure you take care of your elder persons.
True.
All these things, if we don't do it now, when we will do it?
True. Absolutely.
We all
Absolutely.
become so inhuman. This is the time to show a little bit of humanity.
Absolutely. In fact, I think this was a time when actually on the ground level there was no difference. Nature showed that there's no difference between rich
No.
and poor. The
Rich,
virus,
poor, any kind of
yeah,
religion, any kind of
kind of
colors.
absolutely. The virus was very fair to everyone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the thing. So hoping to get out of it soon, and people learn their lessons out of the whatever happened. So
I
that's the
don't think
main
so.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. So let me see. So I'll just give a little format about how planning go about it. It would be
Hmm.
you more talking. I'm just
No, no,
facilitating.
no. How long it will? Then I will
So
make
I'm just
sure.
keeping it for 45 minutes.
Okay,
By 6,
fine.
we'll wrap it up max to max. So I will first read your bio, okay, and then I will ask you to talk about your journey, how you started. And then, of course, what are the various milestones which you, when you look back, what are the certain milestones that you see for yourself that you achieved? Then, what are the certain challenges that you faced? And, I would say, instead of certain, the top 3 challenges, and how did you face them? And then, what do you think about the new entrepreneurs who want to get into fashion industry? What's your advice to them? What are the certain
Okay,
things? So completely it will be conversational.
okay,
But of
okay.
course, you
No,
talking more and I listening more. So
no, no, no. Please don't do that.
yeah,
I would
okay,
like to listen to you too.
sure. So they are just changing the background and all those things, making it more aligned.
But how you got involved with this business rankers? Because I've been working in Rajasthan for 12 years, so I know
Okay,
Mr. Mulchan.
okay, okay.
Okay.
So I got to know. So I am also an entrepreneur. I started my journey. I'm a banker turned entrepreneur. So I started my journey in 2011.
Mm-mm.
And my first venture was into people development space where I got into the B2B space where we get empaneled as training and learning partners. And the company did quite well, grew quite well, and it's still running. And I think in 2018, I was also one of the nominated person for Bankers Business Anchors Award.
Mm-hmm.
And because I work a lot with women entrepreneurs, especially early age who want to raise funds, I work a lot with those kind of women entrepreneurs. So that's where I started talking to Mulchan ji because he has got a lot of connects and he's know a lot of women, and that we started talking that how we can come together and do something for women fraternity because
Mm-mm.
the challenges are huge and not only one person can solve the problems. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
based out of Bangalore. I keep talking to government officials. I keep talking to investors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I thought that why not use Brew as a platform, get experts who have done there as mentors, for young entrepreneurs to take as some inspiration. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, if they need some help, some guidance, they can always reach out to you, especially if it is from your industry. So, otherwise it's very difficult to access experts or mentors in different industries. So we are trying to create a platform where it's like a bridging the gap. So people know BB, but they don't know how to reach out to her. So that's how we came together and we launched this, Brew Business Ranker at Women Wing. So do you come to Bangalore?
I came to Bangalore many times,
Okay,
but
okay,
this last I was there 2 years ago to
okay,
promote Rajasthan Heritage Week.
okay, okay, okay,
But I haven't been. I haven't been, and now till next year I'm not traveling.
okay.
Not because I have too much work, but I've been because every country I worked,
Uh-huh.
either it's India, Sri Lanka, Latin America, all same kind of to uplift the craftspeople. So I'm all the time online,
Correct.
talking. It's so difficult.
I
Instead of
understand.
using your hand to speak with the
Correct.
people, now I don't know any language. When I speak Bangla, I speak something else. When I speak Hindi, I speak. When I speak English, forget about. Because I have to use
Okay.
make them understand. No,
Uh,
Ugh, but
true, true, true. Absolutely. In fact, I was talking to a few of my friends and who belong to fashion industry. So I said, what do you think about BV? So I was so amazed that all of them know you so well. It was not that you needed any introduction.
no,
So
no, everyone needs it. It's not about means. Though I'm a fashion designer, I studied abroad.
uh,
I'm a fellow from London Art University, but my work is 100% linked with development.
True.
I went to World Economic Forum, responsible economy, have four. So this is something that people understood, that fashion could make social economical development. It's not only a country need doctor, intellectual, politician, they need people like me, who
Correct.
are doing this but development.
Correct.
So
True.
that's very important.
So how is the weather in Bangladesh? Is it cold?
It's no, it's a pleasant weather. This
Okay.
year it was very hot, so now it's like, you know.
Huh. Correct. So welcome, Bibi. Really appreciate your time. I know you're so busy. You took time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us. I really thank. And all my audience out there who have come here to listen to our fashion evangelist, Bibi. I welcome you all on behalf of Business Writers and Brew. So before we start and get into conversation, because once I know we start listening to Bibi, I will not get an opportunity to talk because she has so much to share with us. So before we start, let me give you a little background about Brew. What is Brew and why are we conducting these talks? So Brew is a platform where we create different channels to ensure that women entrepreneurs and women leaders are supported in their growth journey. Brew is a solution of the women, by the women, and for the women, and brings together distinguished individuals as its members, advisors, and mentors, as we see today, we becoming as a mentor and a guide in fashion industry. The vision of Brew is to grow, empower, support women in business and corporate. We want to bring government schemes to the beneficiary and bridging the gap, to upskill our members, to conduct knowledge sharing session by industry expert, to facilitate funding to women entrepreneurs, to bring together people who are influential in society and take their support for the social cause, and this goes on and on. So this is for you, ladies and gentlemen, Brew Business Ranker Erudite Women Wing. Now, we are going to conduct these kind of talks with the investors, with the experts fortnightly. And please let us know if any of the experts or mentors you would like to listen to. We are going to ensure that they come to our platform and then we can have a talk with them. So, on that note, before I hand over the stage to BB, let me just introduce her in very brief. Uh, so Bibi Russell works in the forefront of extraordinary creative developmental initiatives being taken in Bangladesh in recent times. He is one known name and a celebrity in fashion industry. Bibi went to UK to learn designing into 70s, but her love for the country brought her back to Bangladesh. Upon her return, she applied her knowledge and talent to contribute to development of the country and society, and in doing so, she has been radiating outstanding example and inspiration in development vision and strategy, not only for her country but for the entire South in Asia, Latin America, and Africa, and to those who are seeking paths of national development holding the hands of modern world but rooted firmly in the respective indigenous traditions and cultures. In BB's work, we find a starting union of very modern Western culture and the culture and creativity of very ordinary village producers in Bangladesh. BB has united her talent with the struggle for development of very poor producers class of the country and thereby given a new kind of role and fulfillment to model and designing art and for that matter to the cultivation of beauty. In particular, the calling that BB has embraced to apply her modern art training and extraordinary artistic talent is the restoration of the lost historical glory of our weavers and craftspeople, helping them in advancing their economic life and creativity deserves tribute from all patriots of the country. Bibi has wanted to show a positive Bangladesh to the world, a desire she has been expressing while presenting her work in different international forums. Bibi has proved that positive Bangladesh exists and can be shown. This offers a very big hope amidst the degeneration today of values all around. I hope by that we shall derive Bibi's work the inspiration for working to show that this Bangladesh in a wider canvas. Now, I I if I really go and see the awards that BB has uh, got, the list is huge. The list is huge. But just to name some, recently she was nominated as a director as Maritime Search and Rescue Society. She got Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019 by British Bangladesh Fashion Council for years of dedication service to the fashion industry and to Bangladesh. Since April 2007, she has been working on a very difficult and emotionally engaging project dealing with trafficked young girls to motivate them to learn some income generating skills. It is a project of West Bengal Commissioner for Protection of Child Rights. She she also got Intersections Award for Social and Economic Transformation in 2017, Top 10 Women Who Changed the Face of Fashion 2014, National Lifetime Achievement Award 2012 from SME Foundation of Government of Bangladesh. And guys, this list goes on and on. So if I start reading, I think I'll just need another hour to read all our achievements and awards. So on that note, Bibi, my first question to you is, we would like to hear from you about your journey, how you started your journey in this fashion industry. Over to you.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you for all this introduction. And first of all, I would like to say salam, namaste, and good evening to everyone. And my heartfelt thanks to Business Rankers, all the members of Business Rankers and BREWW for inviting me to this conversation or this meeting, which is very close to my heart. Thank you, Nisha. Mm, how it started. I grew up. My childhood was. My parents, both parents are Bangladeshi. I grew up in Bangladesh. My childhood, and my schooling, a little bit of college. But in Bengal, that we have beautiful music, beautiful art, beautiful writers, painters, and my house was full of cultural people. I mean, I knew about Tagore, Gandhiji, everyone since my childhood. I listened to Ustad Alauddin Khan and all. So it's very important, I think, to cut it short. I want to tell you, everyone's growing up is so important. The first education you have it at home, and my 2 feet are in the ground because I had the most wonderful parents who taught me the culture. I knew about everything about Gandhiji, Khadi, with very little, very young age. I can, the classical music, the richness of greater India, you know. So it's so important. So we are three sisters. We went to the same school. My elder sister wanted to be a doctor when she was 7 years old. Other sister, both are brilliant in studies, but I didn't want to be a doctor or being like other things. But we went to the same school. I didn't want to fail because they are. So I used to pass, make sure I pass, but I don't want to be first, second like my other sister. And I
Okay.
was, since childhood, I was very doing things with hand. I had a sewing machine when I was 10 years old. My
Yeah.
father gave me because I didn't like what my mother was making. He was so fed up, he bought me a sewing machine. So
Nice.
you can imagine, but I wanted to do something else. And I didn't want it to do very good at school or college, so they might force me to be a doctor, engineer, and things. But
Okay.
I was very good at art and all these creative things. We had art university, but I didn't want it to be a painter, though I love art. So my father bought me a book of Dior when I was young. So I knew what I'm doing, just guessing, but I need to learn the grammar of fashion. That's how I went to Europe and study. But it was my childhood, my 2 years. 2 eyes is full of the beautiful things, and when I was seeing people like weavers, when we were little, people used to come and sell things at home. I used to ask them who made this sari, village people, who made the lungi, gamcha. So I used to tell my parents, I have so many color pencil, but they do it better than me color. So my dream, actually, I had dream, which may my dream was this seeing these people. I had the dream. So, and because there was no place I could learn fashion, the grammar, the proper thing, I went to Europe to study.
Okay. Wow. So, at the age of 10, they say that, so you were so clear about what you wanted to do and also clear about what you didn't want to do.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so that is quite a thing. So, Bibi, you went to Europe. Now we know uh, Bangladesh is a small country. Now, going from a small country to a place like Europe. So, what are the certain challenges that you face there?
You know, when I went to Europe, I already knew which college I want to study, London College of Fashion. But of course, I didn't had A level, O levels in fashion or art. I went to a Bangla medium, but language was not a problem. But I didn't know any grammar, so college refused me. At the end, they took me. They couldn't believe a person write everyday application. But
Okay.
but they gave me a condition that you don't know anything. You have to be all the classes, plus you have to do evening classes to learn things. What really surprised me when I went to Europe, because that being a Bangladeshi girl, if you look at me, I have two sisters. We are three. I'm in the middle. My other two sisters, they are like the beauty. They have big eyes, fairer than me, beautiful. But I am not. My lot of people used to ask my parents, "Where did you find Bibi? She's tall, ugly." So, but there is a but. So everyone thought I was the ugliest thing. But when I was at home, my father used to tell me, they didn't look at your eyes. They wouldn't they don't know that. So it didn't affect me. The whole world is saying I'm ugly, I'm tall like a giraffe, I'm this, that. Because at home, they made me feel I'm beautiful. Only at home. But when I went to Europe, I remember when I first day went to college, people used to stop me and say, "Wow, you come from Bangladesh. You are tall, you can talk, you can." As much we knew the Asian culture, classical music. I also knew Beethoven, Vivaldi, and all. I knew Asian artists. I know Picasso, Miro, and all. So, and I it never registered me when they said I didn't say thank you. One day, someone really hold me and say, "We are giving you so much compliment that you look beautiful, so stunning, and you don't say anything." I said, "Look, till I remember till I'm 17, I'm the most ugliest thing. Now you tell me I'm beautiful." So it doesn't, that was the change. That people used to stop me and ask me, even my
Wow.
college, my teacher. But in all other time when I was in Bangladesh, they used to think it's like they're seeing a ghost, so ugly thing. So this was the first change when I went to Europe. All other things are competition, If you go to a nice, good college, their competition, you have to learn the technology is different, the language is different, the sense of humor is different. That I had to learn.
Correct. Right. So, Bibi, when you were mentioning about the that you're ugly, my participants said that you have a beautiful heart, and and that beautiful heart makes you all the more beautiful. But you're not very visible on the frame. So, if you could readjust your camera, they would like to see you completely. Like
Why I'm not
you are
visible?
visible, but not properly. So, if you could just, it's only till your this is visible. Yeah. Now you're better. Perfect. Yes, this is better.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
this is
it's
better.
now it's better. Hold on, now it's
Yeah.
better.
No, again, you have gone back. We can just still see you till here. Yes.
Now
Yeah,
it's better.
yeah, this is better. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
can pull. Oh, I'm better. Tell me, I cannot see myself.
Yeah, so that's what you're visible till here. So if you can, I raise your camera or something, it's, I don't know.
Okay, Rupon, we can now. It's better.
It's
A
better. It's
little.
better than earlier, of course. Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
it's better.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem. People just want to look at you and just to admire
No,
you.
I want to look at.
Yeah. So, Bibi, moving on to the next question. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is perfect. Perfect.
Perfect, na?
খুব ভালো.
খুব ভালো।
Perfect.
We have. I'm at office, so they're trying. Now you can see, no?
Yes, I can see you very well. Thanks,
Okay.
Bibi. So, Bibi, so you got into fashion industry. See, there are a lot of people who aspire to be into fashion industry, but everybody knows this is one industry which is not easy to get and create a name for yourself. So, how did what are the certain things that you did right so that from the word go, you started creating a name for yourself in the industry?
I tell you, when I came back, everyone has a dream. My dream grew with me. I knew when I was mentally and physically ready, my dream was clear. Nothing in the world could stop me. I
Wow.
decided to come back. I want to tell you why I came back. Being my other career, which I don't want to talk much about, modeling, uh, I was very lucky. I was with one of the top agency, Lorraine Ashton, who Mark McCarbert's agency. Most of the time, the most of the work I did, my agent sent the book. I worked with all the top designer, top photographers. But you know that there are certain job being in that industry. I know when you see the all the ad for Rolls Royce, Jaguar car, they want blonde girls, blue eyes, and things. Sometimes my agent said, "But you have 60% chance, BB. They want to see you." I said, "But they never book a black girl or a girl like me." But when I went for see them client, and I got the job,
Wow.
the thing was I surprised the fashion world, studying fashion, then went to modeling, and then, coming from a new country like Bangladesh, and people think people are dying, they are flood, they are famine, there are this, that, there is this girl doing modeling. So, Nisha, if I had one bit of success in my life, I owe this to my nation. I could have never got this job because curiosity of people. I used to go and say, you wanted to see, you go to the fruit shop, you want to see whether the apple is good or not, whether I have 4 legs or 2 legs. I always got the most beautiful work you cannot imagine. So that is what I owe this, because people think so many, we have a habit to think negatively. There are
Correct.
so many beautiful things of Bengal they don't know. They think either the Royal Bengal tiger is going to be in the street, they are going to eat you. So that's why I came back. But I want to tell you, there are very few people are trained by the European. I am A to Z trained by the European. I knew what they want, what they know. But if I just wanted to have shops, make money, I wouldn't come back because I had all the sponsor, everyone, people know me more than there than here. But I came back, I make sure I get recognition from British Fashion Council, my label. I did the London Fashion Week, all the things you need to do to make yourself known. I did that, but then 96 did. I thought of fashion for development. I started that at UNESCO head office with the support of Mr. Federico Mayor, who was the Director General and Queen of Spain. Today, fashion for development is the most important for development. I tell you, Nisha, why? Because, everyone from the head of the state till the beggar, you cannot go naked. You need a piece of cloth to cover your pride.
True.
That is fashion for development.
Wow.
Today's world, I can stay 2, 3 days, maybe just eating few things, but I cannot go around naked. You need that. That is I make sure I get every country, even India has taken, most of the people are taking, country has taken one of the most important development tool as microfinance. No?
Correct. Right.
And so that's very important.
True.
I came back for giving my support to the next generation, to the craftspeople who can understand what is fashion. Fashion cannot be only for one, high
Right.
fashion. You need ready to wear.
Correct.
You need fashion for everyone. The field I'm working is handmade, where people need to buy. You find things which is very cheap in Europe and all other places. They're selling in the street, or very expensive antique shops. But you
Correct.
need that middle market, and
True.
I'm trying to make that market.
Wow. Wow. When you talk, BV, you touch our souls. Fashion for development. What a beautiful
But
concept.
because you are such a beautiful person, you need someone to make you talk. And thank you so much, so much, so much. It's such a big honor.
Oh, come on, BV. The honor is all ours. Thank you so much. So, BV, when you were talking about your journey, I understand that you make it sound so easy, but I'm sure there would have been so many challenges that you really had to overcome. So, for my audience out there, there are a lot of women who are listening to you who want to make an impact in fashion industry. So, what are the certain challenges, or rather, what are the top three challenges that you faced in your journey when you reflect back, when you look back? What are the top three challenges that you faced in your career?
I can tell you since I got back till now, like when Asian, our part of the world, make their name, you know, because when I came back, everyone knew, okay? I came back and they were surprised. This woman came back. He's not making a corporate, big industry. He's going around villages because, I stayed many years abroad, my married life, everything abroad. So Bangladesh, like India, every part has different dialogue, way of talking, way of so first 2 years, I was virtually day and night in the village, traveling, traveling, traveling to understand people. You need two hands to clap. I needed their hand and mine. I waited for that the day I had it. I knew I can go forward. But but doing, Europe train you to do everything. When I went there, someone is not like at home. Someone opened the door, mother cook. So you are trained to do everything, everything. And I trained to do everything. And I made an office, which is people come my office, like you tell Queen of Spain, everyone comes to see, because I picked up people from each district who I believe they can do. When I came back, people thought, oh, she come back, she will take a picture with poor people and sell. I never used my camera. Okay. I've been with them. So a country like us, where they're rich, India is a lot of middle class. We are not as much middle class, rich and poor. So poor people think everything is for the rich. And I grew up in Europe. Everyone is the same. It doesn't matter in the class. You are minister's daughter. That's why you get privilege. You stay in the competition. If you are not, you are out. So my office is full of people. I said, look, there is nothing. It's not a disease, or it's nothing that rich, someone born rich. You have to work. I have the people. I have a team, which is a pride for everyone. I train them. The thing is, when I came back, I thought, our part of the world is full of NGOs, full of things. It could have been easy for me, but I wanted to give them strength. Whatever I earn, Nisha, in my life, I don't want to tell how much or how less. Seeing my career, I sold everything and put in my work. I wanted to be free, independent. But now I realize how much important is resources. People don't invest in this part of the world. Crafts, they say, why don't you make a garment industry? Why don't you open a bank? Why don't you open a television? You know, all these things.
Uh,
That is the main thing. You have to invest. If you think about the history of Bengal, history of Greater India, we made a piece of cloth called muslin, which could
Correct.
go in the matchbox. It's every museum in the world. But
Correct.
people are not making that anymore because there is not marketing. So while I'm saying that, I want to tell I'm very lucky about one thing. The world media, included your country, India, world media who made me Bibi, I have a priceless support of the world media. So whatever I'm doing, it's in the news, whatever I'm doing, because I don't have money to pay. So lot of people, like real stories sell. So when I go to a new country, already people are surprised why you are working. I know I stay in a small apartment. That's so with this, I'm trying to uplift. Even this pandemic, I'm working day and night, but I didn't start with the very expensive thing. I start with normal cotton and gamchas. I already made them coming out of, because you have to think your creativity. We have to change our lifestyle. But
True.
that doesn't mean that my 1 feet is in the ground to die, grave.
True.
But I am enjoying my, work. How many people in the world has their dream come true? You know, I'm a very big fan of Abul Kalamji. He used to say, you can dream in the daytime too. I also dreamt in the daytime. You have to have the dream to
True.
go forward. It's difficult. I told you the college which didn't make me refuse for 6 months, today they save all my work. I'm the
Correct.
first designer who's the fellow from London Art University. Can you
Wow.
imagine? But I had to go for it.
True. True. Absolutely.
And another thing, Nisha, I mustn't forget, I work in many parts of India, but something which is very close to my heart, I have worked nearly 10, 12 years in Rajasthan, which is a dream for any creative people. That's where I met Mr. Mulchan ji. He used to come. But afterward, I realized how important he is, because I was always, think about the work they do. Then Telangana, then West Bengal, then Karnataka. So this is something, this work make me understand people, culture, everything.
True. 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 Absolutely, Bibi. As you rightly said that you may be born and brought up in Bangladesh, but Bibi is no more a
No, no,
person from
I'm person
Bangladesh.
of the
She
world.
has, she's
Absolute.
a person where India wants to say Bibi belongs to us, and I'm sure like
Oh, I
people in
love,
Europe
I
as well.
love, I love.
So, Bibi, now you have traveled so much and you have seen fashion from different eyes, different lenses. Now, to my audience out there, if they want to get into the career of fashion, so what are the certain qualities that you feel are very critical when you get into this industry?
Okay, whoever wants to come in fashion, okay, when I went to a fashion college, you know, first year, foundation year, we learn history of art. History of art means history of art, heritage, culture. You have to know, like I'm doing fashion now in Bangladesh. I only use handmade thing, but I learn how to do different thing. If you know, Nisha, to write English, Hindi, you know the literature, you know the grammar. You don't need a Mont Blanc or a gold pen to write. You can write
Absolutely
with a biro. So they have to know, they have to be the focus, what they want to do, which age they want to do, which country they want to do. I mean, if another thing about my work, when I work in Rajasthan, I used all the resources local. I didn't bring from Bangladesh, Paris, Italy. So when you are making people, I mean, can you imagine? India is such a big thing. You are sitting with gold mine. Every state has something unique. So when people want to have a design Indian, a designer work, they want to something touch of India. They don't want French chiffon or Japanese this. You can, a creative person get inspired by any beautiful thing. But I
True,
love your blouse and jacket. I'm not stupid. That should inspire me. I'm not stupid to copy exactly and put my name.
true,
So
true.
they have to know what is their resources, which market they are going. It's okay. They can do machine made fabric and other thing. I don't do it. But there is a market, but you have to be focused. Anything, like everyone is going through hard time. Only thing is selling is pharmacy, medical thing, veg, or mobile phone or internet. We all going to leave our job to go get into those three things? No, we
Absolutely.
have to. You understand?
Reinvent
That
ourselves.
is one thing they have to know, and I think that any work you have to know your own heritage, own culture. If you don't know, how do you how it is come to your work doesn't matter. We don't have to maybe listening a beautiful music of SD Burman. That doesn't do mean that I'm doing music, but that's inspiration. Read beautiful thing, beautiful movies. What we are all sitting, I mean, absolutely, music, art, culture. You have to find what inspire you.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Absolutely, Bibi. So it's all about focus, knowing your culture, knowing your roots, and then, of course, getting inspiration and not copying things from what we see. So, Bibi, as we were talking about that, right now, post-COVID, there are a lot of changes that has happened, especially when we talk about fashion industry. I think we have to completely look it from new lens, new eyes. So, what are your thoughts on that? What was fashion industry pre-COVID, and what is fashion industry post-COVID?
What is, I didn't catch it. Tell me the. I
So,
couldn't listen.
no
Yeah.
problem. During COVID time, lot of industry has got are going through a lot of changes, especially hospitality, travel, fashion. So, what do you think are like major shift in fashion industry before COVID and post COVID?
Uh, I think that COVID, like till beginning of this year, we didn't know we are going to. This is a big surprise. Also, this is something COVID that it doesn't matter developing, underdeveloping, what color, what religion, it's effect everywhere. I
Correct,
think that, like, mm, we become so inhuman. We didn't care about the environment, we didn't care about the animal, we didn't care about the pollution. We only want one, me. So
true,
this is showing us, please, if we don't change, of course it affected every sector except, I told you, the medicine, food, and maybe telephone, internet, because people are at home.
correct,
But of course, I have responsibility. Though I'm in Bangladesh, that doesn't mean I don't speak to the craftspeople in West Bengal or Rajasthan or Telangana or Latin America, because everywhere I work with the same people, same
hmm,
kind of people, and they are all very close to my heart. I am the spokesperson for all of them. But this is something we have to, you see that even I'm coming every day in the office, I'm wearing 3 4 outfits which I can go home and wash and think. So you have to think, this is time, people are not buying expensive things.
True.
People are buying household things, but people are selling. I made a solidarity bundle because I knew I want to get gamcha weavers out of poverty because it takes uh, less resources
Hmm.
with bags, because you cannot take all this Prada and all this bag, this uh, um, fabric bags, very colorful. You can wash it inside. There is a scarf, there is mask and thing, but at least people can afford selling. But this is a time, I think, the worst time in everyone's life. Like 71 war, we had many people killed, and but we knew we are getting Bangladesh, independent country, but we don't know what is coming next. Now people say it's more dangerous and thing, but we cannot stop
Correct.
making
Correct.
them having something to eat, having something, because everyone finished in all these craftspeople, they have already finished their money, what they have saved, because there is not so much, but it's getting better. But I tell you something, another thing, I before say I'm working like 17, 18 hours. Now I'm working 20 hours. First time I'm enjoying so much that maximum creativity is coming out. I'm not traveling. I'm not going all these places. But you can think another thing, which is many universities giving me as an example. Even beginning of this year, if you would have said, oh, because my work is to touch, to be with people, do a webinar meeting, I would say no. Now every day I'm doing, I have learned in this age to be digital, because there is no way you can learn
True.
everything.
True.
So I
True.
am really, the book I wanted to read, the film I wanted to see, the art I want to look at. So yeah, it's the most difficult time. At the same time, I'm enjoying my life more than ever.
Absolutely. Wow, beautiful. So, you are such you have such a high learning orientation, and as you said that I've become digitally evolved. I could see the
Yes, of
happiness on
course.
your face. So, uh, so maybe one thing, I was talking to a lot of people in this industry, and one question they all wanted to know and understand your perspective was that we know that women face biases in all industry, in all spheres, and that's a fact we have
Yes.
to live with right now. So I'm sure you would also have your own experience of facing some biases. So could you share one experience or one instance where you faced some bias and you really, how did you stood up to it?
I tell you, my office, I give you example of me. My office is in Motijil commercial area in Dhaka, which is uh, all the head office of the bank and everything, but it's just the border of old Dhaka and new Dhaka.
Okay,
Access to public transport, bus, scooter, rickshaw, all very easy. I have to stay in an area where there is, more protected ambassadors. I
okay,
only, but my office is access very easy for all the people to come, village people and everything. But it's a commercial area. My office is in first floor. It's a 13th floor building, all office man. And there is a gender issue.
true, true.
Always talk about gender issue. I had to face it. My office beside me, other 22, 23 people, all are boys, men. So people sometimes come and say, you are breaking gender. I said, look, because I travel a lot. I'm most of the time away. I need someone to go from Dhaka to North, which is like 8 hours, 10 hours by bus. You know, it's difficult to send a girl sometimes.
Correct.
So I said, think about it. 23 boys, men, and I'm a only woman. Don't you think you to achieve that everyone respect me, that is, I have to work very hard. So but in the villages where I work, there women are working. If you bring a village woman in Dhaka is capital, like like
Right.
Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, it's more expensive
True.
for them to stay. in the village they can stay better. There is schooling, we have good school and everything. Why they want to stay in a little room in a slum paying more than half of their money for the rent?
Correct.
So I
True.
had to explain. So this was one thing. I said, now you think, now everyone quoting me that there is all man, I'm the only woman.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. I think that's very inspirational, and that a lot of my participants who are listening to your audience who are listening to you would be really inspired by saying it's not about gender, it's all about the good work that you do, the kind of experience
Absolutely.
you bring
It's
on table.
about you, how you present, how you
Absolutely.
mix with people. You know, Nisha, one thing about my work, one thing, whichever country, wherever I'm working, I respect the human dignity. Maybe they are poor, but you
True.
have to respect who has a right to take their, parda out of them. That
Correct.
is
True.
one thing, that human dignity. And after this pandemic, we don't respect that. I don't think we will ever respect. That is one thing. I take, I make sure I respect the human dignity.
Absolutely. And I think what you give comes back to you. You are giving respect to human and to the society, and it's coming back to you in terms of respect and the love, and everybody just adores you. So Bibi, I'm sure when you started, you would not have very lot of platform which was very women friendly, where they want to come and help women to grow. 25 years back. Now, of course, as the society is growing, at least in India, we see lot of platforms like this brew, where we want women to come together and help each other to grow. Now, to
Mm.
access you maybe 10 years back would have been a challenge, but today, see, you are here talking to us thanks to the digital world, the internet. Now, what do you think about these kind of platforms? Do you think they really add value? And when women come together, they can really help and support each other.
Of course, is growing. It's better. But I always explain when I went first came, it's Bangladesh or India. We always think we buy a handloom sari, that means weaver is making. But no,
Right.
no. There's 7 steps come. So I always used to go, whichever country, I used to say, okay, I give you money, but your wife did spinning, someone did dyeing. You don't give. They said, no, no, because I'm the man. I said, okay, you are the man, but maybe she wants to have that her part of, you know,
Correct.
so
Like
you have to give. Okay, I'm not working with you. I always explain, if you are buying a handloom thing, you are helping whole family coming out of poverty with
correct.
dignity.
True.
Because I started, now I learn, because I'm very friendly. The wife says, I said, maybe you, when they want sari or they want to have a nice meal, they have to ask money from you. Maybe one time they want to offer you something, you have to give them. So
Correct.
this is changing and changing in everywhere. Now the woman, you will see, when I came, before that also, when I used to come home, you will see that in the villages people walk with the head down. I used to tell, okay, British went, all went, Mughal went, who are you are scared? We are not, even we got independent in 71. So you can see that even Rajasthan, even other, West
True.
Bengal, the woman who is contributing for their family or society, they walk with their head. I know, I don't even have to ask that they are earning money. That
True.
gives you a empowerment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. In fact, I am very pro financial independence, not to prove to anyone, but for your own self-respect and dignity, as you rightly said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, Bibi, eh, eh, you know, any advice that you would like to give our new generation, and especially women entrepreneurs, I would say, because they all look up to you. So, what's your advice to them?
I would like to give them advice that they want to anything, any kind of business, whether you want to do a fashion, you want to sell the newspaper, you have to be focused. You have to know what you want to do. I don't know any magic. People ask me that, that you become. I said, look, I come from a very known family, but it was after 71. To be in the college, which is so famous, and college gave me so many things. If you don't do good, you are out. To be with the other students, so by the ingredient, I used to be a postwoman. Be in Bangladesh. That's how I got the village people. Even in the villages, there is no postwoman, there's a man.
Correct.
And they say,
Okay.
really? I said, anything you do with feelings, go with love, go with passion, do with passion. You don't have to feel bad. I never feel bad. I am a postman. I am Zamidar's family. So what? I need to be in the thing, but do it with respect, do it with dignity, do it with full focus. And then again, I think that there's one thing which really disturbing me during this pandemic thing. One thing, like, I when I speak to the villages and thing, I know all the father grandmother's number. You know what is it? People think, even in the villages, town, they think that if you're over 55, what's the point of feeding you well? You are going to die with pandemic, because all these things, of course, you have to be careful. But just because you are eating, you are not giving your grandparents, they have the right to live as much as you. I think we must respect our older people. We must. Whoever dies, I might die tomorrow. I
True.
have every right to live my life as they are. So, in the villages, when they are eating, they say, what's the point? We see in television and everyone, if you are that age, over 70, over 60, you have no chance to live, which is very sad, very sad. You have to be careful. I'm sure all the medias is saying that to all over the world. You have to be careful.
True.
That
True.
is really hurting me.
Thank you, Bibi. I think it's so nice to hear about your journey, about your challenges, then how you came out of it. If I have to really put it in few words, what Bibi is made up of is about persistence, clarity, focus, inspiration, and of course, passion for development. I can never forget that. To
Nisha,
all,
one thing I must tell, sorry
sure,
to interrupt.
no problem.
You are talking to me, giving me this support. It's not me only. You are giving the support to all the craftspeople in India, Latin America, everyone. They are invisibly behind me. I am so happy, and I want you to, when everything, inshallah, will be all good, come and see what I'm doing. So you
Absolutely.
will see yourself, you will see working so long hour why I'm so happy, because
Absolutely,
i
absolutely.
i invite you, and I
I
want them to see you too.
I will definitely come, BV, just waiting for things to normalize, as you said. And thank you so much for your time, BV. It was lovely, lovely interacting with you. And to all my viewers out there, as BV said, that platforms like this, Brew, where we come together, all the women come together, be it in the corporate life or as an entrepreneur, when we come together, the journey is not that it becomes, the challenges are not there. It becomes easy for us because we are there for each other to support and make the journey little easier. So I request and all my viewers out there, if you want to be part of our platform, please reach out to us, Brew Business Rankers, and we would love to have you on our platform. And if you have any questions for BV, please write it to us. We are going to forward it to BV and the responses to you. So on that note, thank you, BV. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you, thank you, business, all the members of Business Rankers and Brew. Thank you, Mr. Mulchandji. He's been in touch with me
Yes,
all the time. And Nisha, it
absolutely.
was a pleasure and honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bibi.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you,
Love you so much and wishing you all the best. I take your leave now. Thank you so much.
thank you,
Have a
thank you,
great,
thank
great
you,
day.
thank you, thank you.